Hello dear all. So in this lecture, let's see what are very important literary works of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. So the presentation has title of Revisitation to Dr. Samuel Hahnemann's works. What are the very important books written by Dr. Samuel Hahnemann? Let's see. They are the eternal gems of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. Dr. Samuel Hahnemann is called as father and founder of homeopathy. Homeopathy lays only over my experience. Do imitate me, but do it well, and you shall see at each step the confirmation of my statements. This is the promise made by Dr. Samuel Hahnemann about his discovery of homeopathy. Dr. Samuel Hahnemann discovered homeopathy and gave it in the essay on new principle for ascertaining the curative powers of drugs, with a few glances at those hitherto employed. So he discovered homeopathy by his famous cinchona bark experiment, and he declared this to the world in his essay on a new principle for ascertaining the curative powers of drugs, with a few glances at those hitherto employed. So, with a few glances at those hitherto employed means the up till now, let's take a glance whatever is given as medicines. So, he describes various treatments existed at his times, the most important antipathy and isopathy. So Dr. Hahnemann describes his discovery of law of similars to the world in the famous essay. This is a quantum leap article in the history of medicine, unveiled the fountainhead of homeopathy, and it was published in Hufeland's Journal in 1796. Dr. Samuel Hahnemann's archives are available. The most important book written by Dr. Hahnemann is Organon of Medicine. So this book, Dr. Hahnemann has written the 6 editions. So the continuous experimentation of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann led him to write the 6 editions of his famous, the most important book, the Organon of Medicine. So, title of the first edition was Organon of Rational Art of Healing, published in 1810, which gives the doctrines of homeopathy. The first edition, Dr. Hahnemann has included Gallard's poem. What does Gallard's poem says? The truth we mortals need, us blessed to make and keep, the all white slightly covered over but did not bury deep. So it is about discovery of law of similia, which is a fundamental truth. I have already discussed Gallard's poem separately in my another video. So second edition of Organon of Medicine, Gallard's poem is replaced by the words Ode sapere, means dare to be wise. Dr. Hahnemann dared and wisely gave his discovery of law of similia to the world. So he writes the words Ode sapere, means dare to be wise. The sixth edition was published in 1921 of Organon of Medicine. Dr. Hahnemann had written it in the year 1842. The physician's highest calling is the word written for the mission. His only calling is to make sick people healthy, to heal as it is termed. So the most important, this is the first aphorism in the book Organon of Medicine. Dr. Samuel Hahnemann says, only freedom from prejudices and tireless zeal avail the most holy of the endeavors of mankind, the practice of true art of healing. So, practice of homeopathy, Dr. Hahnemann calls it as true art of healing. Further, he wrote two important books which are giving the theory of chronic diseases, which is an equal important discovery of Dr. Hahnemann to search the cause of chronic diseases. He called it as miasms. So, chronic diseases came in two volumes. Volume 1 had a title of The Chronic Diseases, Their Peculiar Nature and Their Homeopathic Cure. Its theoretical part is there in this volume. It was published in 1828. Second volume has title The Chronic Diseases, Their Specific Nature and Their Homeopathic Treatment. That's by Antisoveric Remedies. So volume 1 and volume 2 of the chronic diseases. Then comes the another important book on Materia Medica. So our homeopathic medicines. Dr. Hahnemann has written the book Fragmenta de Viribus Medicamentorum Positivis Sivi in San Corporo Humano Observatis. That is the precursor or forerunner of Materia Medica Pura. These are the fragmentary observations relative to the positive powers of medicines on the healthy human body. It's written in again two volumes. So again, this is a revolutionary discovery of Dr. Hahnemann to prove the effects of drugs on healthy human body. Dr. Hahnemann says the most inestimable treasures are impeccable consciousness and good health, love to God and self-study provide one and homeopathy provides the other. So let's see this. Fragmenta de Viribus Medicamentorum Positivis. It is forerunner of Materia Medica Pura. It contained the effects of 27 drugs. So the original manuscripts is shown in this picture. Then comes Dr. Hahnemann's Materia Medica Pura. Materia Medica Pura Volume 1 contains drugs provings aconite, capsicum. Second volume includes the important drugs such as chamomilla and ignatia. So Materia Medica Pura records the provings of these drugs on original provers. So the third volume describes the drugs effects of Ipecacuanha oleander. Materia Medica Pura fourth volume describes effects of opium, veratrum alb. Then comes the list of 12 remedies, and this is published in 1811. So till 1816. So you will find the original manuscripts of Materia Medica Pura, Volume 1, Volume 2. It is translated and edited by Charles Julius Hambell. Then comes the list of 16 remedies followed by 14 remedies. So this is in the third and fourth volume of Materia Medica Pura. Lesser writings of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. Translator was R.E. Dudgeon, and it is in the American edition was published in 1852. So the lesser writings of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann again describes the important principles of homeopathy. The contents of lesser writings you will find, and this is in the original manuscripts. So various chapters are described. The most important, Friend of Health. Part 1 was published in 1792 and Part 2 in 1795. Then it includes the essay, the famous essay on new principle for ascertaining the curative powers of drugs with a glance, few glances at those hitherto employed, and this is giving the discovery of law of similia to the world in 1796. So it includes the most important Hahnemann's contributions, his writings, his essays in the which you will find in lesser writings. So Friend of Health is in two parts. Part 1 contains 9 chapters and Part 2 contains 7 chapters. So in Part 1 you will find the essays on bite of mad dogs, visitors of the sick. Dr. Hahnemann has given the guidelines for the visitors to the sick. Then it includes the essay on protection against infection in epidemic diseases, things that spoil the air. So various essays are there which is giving the importance of exercises, having good ventilation, about diet, about various rules of our living. Part 2 contains 7 chapters. The most important, Socrates and Phison, on the worth of outward show. So Friend of Health, very important teachings of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann on maintenance of health, various guidelines and laws for the physicians, and various experiences Dr. Hahnemann mentions. So Friend of Health, published in 1792 part 1 and in 1796 part 2. Very important book, Treatise on Effects of the Coffee. This was translated by W.M.L. Breyfogle, published by Dr. Samuel Hahnemann in Dresden in 1803. The most important book again is Pharmacist Lexicon or Apothecary's Lexicon. So about the important guidelines to the how to do the preparation of drugs, that is described in the Apothecary's Lexicon. So guideline to the apothecaries, that is the pharmacist. Then comes the Medicine of Experience in 1805. It is the published before the Organon of Medicine. Medicine of Experience, that is considered as forerunner of Organon. This book, Life and Letters of Hahnemann by Bradford, this is giving various letters which are written by Dr. Hahnemann to his contemporary doctors, to Hufeland, and it's very interesting to read this book, Life and Letters of Dr. Hahnemann. This is a monument of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann in Paris, where the inscribed words are non intulix vixi, that is, I have not lived in vain. So Dr. Samuel Hahnemann contributed his entire life in the discovery of homeopathy for the healing of mankind. So he wanted a safe method having certain principles, laws. So the method to practice medicine for the benefit of mankind. So Dr. Samuel Hahnemann entire life he devoted to the homeopathy, healing the sick people. So it's a floral tribute to our master, standing between the inorganic and organic world, uniting them for the benefit of the sick, earning their gratitude, looking towards eternity. Hahnemann is himself is a benefactor of mankind. Thank you.